There we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope the lighting's right and everything. Using my phone again. Still have a broken computer, but hey, that's life, right? Well, it's been an interesting week. I've had quite a few, moments of clarity over the last couple of weeks, especially with my last weekend, spending a little time alone and kind of gathering my thoughts. And a few new perspectives, but as well as a few old perspectives. And one of the things that I always try to renew as far as my thinking patterns is remembering the amazing nature of life itself. It's easy to wake up in the morning and get caught up in the routine of life. It's very difficult to wake up every day and just go, oh my gosh, sunshine, trees. But that's what makes those moments of clarity so much clearer. It's because we finally recognize that again and go, oh yeah, like I'm looking at a pea plant. The amazing nature of the genetics of a pea plant are just, they're just amazing, but that's just one component of the whole entirety of this system. And I guess what inspired me to think about this was looking down at this dirt, and I thought about this, something as simple as a dirt clod. And actually, I think that's a rock. Let's get an actual dirt clod. There we go. Something as simple as a dirt clod. It's a bunch of minerals, silica, organic compounds, stuff, bug parts. The very first dirt to form on the planet was caused, obviously, by erosion. But the first organic material that plants could grow in, that a seed could actually germinate in, required nutrients. And so what happened was these water, everything lived in the ocean first, obviously, and moved to land. But these small fungal colonies, and these small, which today they are actually a symbiotic relationship with a fungus and a moss and a fungus, I think, that create the lichen. Anyway, these little moss and lichens and fungi and whatnot would form on the rocks and then would die and decay into the rocks. And as well, while they were growing, the little roots would slowly tear up the pieces of rock and make these little, sandy areas within the lava, which would then in turn fill with these organic compounds from these spores that floated in and were able to live on meager means. And then gradually, other seeds from other plants were able to take hold and form and genetically build themselves to become what they are today. And the process of evolution never ceases to amaze me. I've never thought, oh, well, it's evolution against creationism, because I've never understood how a person could, there's two sides, the extreme sides, that I could never understand how a person could think that everything was just put here when there's obviously so many factors to evolution. It doesn't mean evolution is perfect in the way that we see it today. It just means that it's pretty obvious that plants adapt and evolve. We can see it even over recent history. Things evolve. It doesn't mean that everything evolves the way we say it does, but things do evolve. So I also don't understand not only the creationism, like say in 7 days view, but also I don't understand the view of the people who say that everything evolved by random mutation and that it's all by chance. That doesn't make sense to me either, so it becomes an issue of each person has to weigh the options themselves. For me, looking around at the plants before me, and saying, well, a plant could evolve to have these little seed pods, sure. Why do they keep improving and improving? And some plants don't improve or change because maybe they're perfect the way they are. Well, plants, change for their environment. They change to suit where they're at. But how and why? Does random mutation account for the explosion of growth we see? For example, if one plant or one animal randomly mutates, it doesn't necessarily mean that genetic trait is going to be carried to all the offspring, nor does it mean that they're going to dominate the field of the other animals. If it happens to more and more, it gradually could. But the time it takes for that evolution to occur, I've looked at the statistics, it's pretty crazy. The chances are just astronomical. So we just sit here and we ponder, you know, what it means to be alive and all the plants and animals around us. And, you know, even if each separate animal could be explained as far as, you know, just evolution by chance, the connections between the animals and the plants, just like the bees and the flowers, are a perfect example. Can't be, you know, overstated. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. And, you know, every day I just think, gee, if you watch plants in slow motion, you know, they look like animals, you know, reaching up, grabbing things. It's just that everything is perspective of time. So, anyway, beautiful day out here. I've got some lines set up, and I got my potatoes over here, and strawberry season's upon us. Lots of yummy berries coming in. Been picking them the last few days. And my little garden over here that I set up. Just kind of planted a bunch of stuff around this fallen tree. A fire pit set to go. Have a good one, everybody.